Still the same day. Really dove it to take it easy. Enjoy some drinks. Um, discuss things on the boat, on the ship, and then you learn that your dear friend Arya is leaving. I believe she said something about her grandparents, if that's what I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's all emotional. You're all, sad to see her go, but at the same time, probably happy that she's no longer in danger, even if it leaves you all in danger. Um,
That's
so
what I could be.
you wave her and the little one off. Do you know if she took either of the cats with her, or are the cats just staying in your hold?
No.
She did not say.
And I assume she's also taking her flying snake.
Actually, she gave Run the flying snake.
Okay, then I will put that under your control then. Little boy, you're blocking the screen. I can't see my screen if you're standing there.
That's kind of their signature move.
Yes. Alrighty then. So Arya and little one leave. And that is that. It is now sometime late in the evening of Feasting 33. What do you guys wish to do?
I don't even know if I'm in the right room. I can't remember which one that I had claimed for myself, but Jasper's currently in her room, putting away her sorrows.
And currently, Run is in his room drawing up some paperwork.
Vax, you can't stay on my notepad, especially if it's sitting on top of the book.
David is wandering around the ship, wondering if he had a room, because nobody has told him where he could stay.
Well, there's a nice common room over here with plenty of beds.
Excellent.
Erdan's probably in the kitchen of the ship, trying to fix up lunch for everyone. As I assume I'm the new cook.
Alright.
And I know Torrin wanted us for a meeting for something, and I have no idea what it was.
Well, the meeting would have already been happening in in the out of character thing, the between sessions, because that's what I assumed it was all because of Arya leaving at that point. Either that or completely interrupted by Arya leaving, and the meeting will have to take place next time you see Torrin.
Yeah, they got interrupted because of Arya leaving.
So I will just say that at the moment Torrin is not feeling very well, and he has said do whatever and has gone off to be a solitary captain. Which is probably why Jasper is in another room at this point.
Hey. He said it's too early to move in together, so that's on him.
There's that too. But I was more thinking of because he's out of character, and I don't want him to die if you guys decide to go and do a mission, since it was all just shopping and partying last session.
I'm just going to put it off that he's being stingy and he doesn't want to share his big captain quarters with anybody right now, so.
Got it.
Okay. But, Jasper will kind of drunkenly stumble down to where one is and walk in, just hold out the mead. And would you like to drink with me?
Well, when you go into his room, you see Pretzelquaddle wrapped around a lamp that has been turned down, kind of still warm enough. Floof is over on a small nest, per se, and runs at his desk, and he looks up. I might take some of that. Right now, I'm working up a contract, and well, that Princely guy, I need to see him.
He doesn't like us, Run.
No, but Arius. When I first met Arya, her and her group was on a mission to stop whatever this soulmonger thing was. And it was him that gave them that mission. Well, I made a promise to Arya, and I'm going to live up to it.
It was him that gave her that mission.
That is what she told me.
All right. What contract are you making up?
Well, right now it's not going to be completed because he is the one that gave them the mission. So I just want to make sure that when we discuss everything, that the details are written down, so that way he won't accuse me of trying to swindle him again.
Well, you did try to swindle him the first time, so it wasn't really an accusation.
Hey, I am a businessman. I had to try.
I'll give you that.
But when it comes to this, cross the zetas and dot the hash marks, and, well, a verbal contract without a witness cannot be held up in court, but a written contract can.
That makes sense.
And he holds out his hand for the mead.
Now, grab a mug, hand it to him. I have like a big gallon jug of mead, so I'm gonna hand him the full thing.
Oh, you don't hand him the gallon?
No.
He quaffs it down rather quickly as he looks over the contract. Would you like to join me?
I mean, I'm probably not going to be much help. I don't know all this legal but sure.
Well, you know the captain. He'd rather someone be, somewhat responsible to be, with me.
I understand. I'll sit with you. I really feel like being alone right now anyway.
Hey, maybe the new guys might want to go too.
It'd be good to have some fresh faces.
Exactly.
Definitely not inviting Torin.
Hey, yeah. Well, shall we go gather up the new crew members? Maybe they might want to purchase some items while we are in the bazaar area.
Sure. What are those two ran off to?
And you hear a thud from above you all as I dropping all of my stuff on the floor.
God, we have another one that makes noise. Great.
But at least he don't make booms. As he looks over at at his still.
As long as you don't blow holes in the ship, we're fine.
Yeah, that reminds me. I will probably need to reinforce this room. just in case.
I'll just shake my head and walk out of the room. Go look for Erdon.
And I follow.
As you wander around looking for me, you'll probably smell some like rabbit stew.
And Run kind of sniffs it. I'll smell wholesome pfeffer.
What?
It's a Bugs Bunny thing.
I grew up watching Bugs Bunny, but I don't remember that.
Where Bugs Bunny showed the king how to make wholesome pfeffer.
Oh. I remember what you said. I don't fucking remember. Is the stew done yet?
Yeah, if you guys walk into the kitchen, he's just now taking a big pot of stew off.
I'll walk over and taste it.
It's probably very bland. I used very little seasonings because I cooked my stuff in the woods on a stick.
So, I need you to roll me a survival check to see how well you did making that stew. Especially without the general seasonings.
Survival. $11. It says my name, but I rolled off of Erdon's.
Yeah. Yeah, so, yeah, it does taste bland.
Use some salt, but not bad.
Would you like to join us at the Jasper and I are heading to the bazaar, and would you like to join us?
Sure.
Perhaps you can purchase some items that you need.
If you all would be okay with me using some of your funds, I don't have any money at all.
Well, by chance, we actually came into some surplus.
Yeah, we've got about 5,000 gold pieces right now. A little over 5,000.
That's quite a sum. But nonetheless, if you would be okay with lending it to me, then maybe I could get some stuff.
Well, you are the cook now, aren't you?
Yes.
And the cook must have the supplies, correct?
Yes.
Well, therefore, the party fund, the ship fund, is for, well, that. Get the things we need for the ship.
Fair enough.
I'm not just gonna hand you a bag of gold and let you go willy-nilly, but if it's supplies for the ship or something that you want or need, then we can talk about it.
Sounds good. Where's the other guy?
We actually we were just about to go look for him in the. I assume that he is on the main deck there.
You hear another thud as I'm walking back and forth.
I do believe that would be him.
All right, let's go get him. And then before I leave, I'll like ladle up a little bowl of rabbit stew for him.
Ah, friends, I was just admiring it. How much room there is in this place.
What, I got a question for you. Is there anything that you might need?
Well, before I came in here, I looked out and I saw a big fish out in the ocean, and I thought how nice it would be to have something to catch fish with for my friends.
Well, we are actually on our way to the bazaar because I have some business with someone, and I figure we might as well make a day trip and get some things we need.
Of course, I shall accompany you.
All right, merry band of assholes, let's go.
Can I get a perception check from the group, please?
Okay, for Run, we have a on the dice got an 18, and his
Can you post
modifier.
that to roll 20? Real quick, it's easier for me to see.
Okay, just a second then.
All right, so for the perception checks, Run, take a look at the chat log, please. Jasper, you're kind of as you're like looking around, like looking over towards Run, as Run's like, yeah, let's go. You notice that there seems to be a bit of a piece of light and possibly heat, although it's hard to tell from your perspective, coming out of Run's pocket.
A bit of light coming out of his pocket.
Yep, there's something like red hot from the comical look of red hotness that you see in cartoons seems to be happening in Run's pocket because there's light coming out of it in a circle.
Run?
You know what? I think somehow I got the coin back.
Coin?
Yeah. He reaches in his pocket and pulls it out.
Yeah. And it is indeed a glowing coin.
I don't know how I got it. I didn't take it, I promise.
Have I seen or heard of this coin before?
Yeah, it's that coin.
Okay, my memory is kind of shit, so that coin is doing nothing for me right now.
Okay. Remember in the OC when I mentioned that coin is looking like a great big red button?
Oh.
That coin.
I thought you were... Okay, never mind. I misunderstood in that chat. Yes. Oh.
Why does he have a glowing coin?
I
As you hold it in your
believe
finger, it no longer feels hot, and the glow fades off.
I do believe the Mistress of Chaos is beckoning.
Mistress of Chaos.
What does that mean?
Well, hold on a second. I gotta. Pardon me. Remember that girl with the funny hair that we saw before we went on our last mission?
The one I got the bean from?
Yep, that one. This coin is the symbol of the goddess of chaos. Or more notably, yeah, I just had something choking on. I'm good now. Yeah, or better better known as the god of the trickster god.
Sounds like a very pleasant individual.
Why is it glowing?
As I said, she beckons. I believe she has a mission for us.
That sounds lovely.
Should we really be taking missions from a chaos god?
Look at me.
Yeah, that's fair.
Thank you. Hey. They a mission from a demigod usually pays quite well, quite handsomely.
I mean, we've already swindled a Medusa, gotten one of our old party members killed by golems, and pissed off a merchant and caused a war between two clans. So, what's a mission from a chaos god at this point?
Cool. Yep.
Looks at the two new guys like, yeah, you signed up with the right group.
Welcome to the group.
Don't worry, I will keep us all safe.
So he takes the coin. Well, heads or tails? Heads we lose? Well, it doesn't really matter. We're just screwed. And he flips the coin.
Are you trying to catch it, or are you flipping it at the ground?
Trying to catch it.
All right, you catch it.
And then he just lets it drop to the ground.
All right. Once it hits the ground and is no longer directly underneath your feet, it vanishes, and in its place, parallel with you, is a door that, doesn't have anything on. It's like a door right in the middle of the room, currently closed. It looks like a standard tavern door.
I was feeling I was feeling thirsty.
Well, I guess we should not keep our host waiting.
Oh, I don't want to be again. No.
And Run will lead the way.
All right. You open the door, and even though it should just, bang open and show you the other side of the room, instead, it clearly leads into another space altogether. As you look inside, you see a large tavern-like space. No windows, but several other doors. Plenty of chairs and tables, a fireplace, a long bar. Above the bar, there's the stuffed double heads of a two-headed shark that's just been mounted there. Behind the bar, it looks to be a human man. Looks maybe some like 20s or 30s, something like that. With like a scar on his cheek, and he's dressed in this like weird orange onesie of some kind with some weird symbols on it. There are a few people in the tavern. Most of them are kind of like sitting in shadow, like, the typical edgelord or we don't want to be disturbed sort, somehow finding corners and dark places to congregate. And one big table is what appears to be, at first glance, a tabaxi, but with slightly longer fur and horns. And from what looks like to be a she, but she's dressed in what looks like a fine suit, just kind of sitting there, kicked back with some kind of drink in her hand, watching you all enter.
Run looks at the group and, well, I guess we better make our introductions. And he starts to walk over to the table.
A follow.
Follow.
I follow, just admiring the sights as I'm following.
And also, the demon weasel is around Run's neck.
Yeah.
As Jasper so kindly puts it.
It's a demon weasel. Or what you call it.
In its natural form, he is a quasit.
It's a quasit that turns into a lion a weasel, and probably whatever else you want to turn it into. It's a fucking demon weasel.
Oh, actually, that reminds me about something. Grizz. Uh,
Yes?
I was looking at the Quasit stats, and with its shapeshifting ability, it has the ability to also do poison damage, and it's
In its natural state, it can do poison damage, yes. Its natural state, it can also turn invisible.
okay. So the poison does not transfer to the other forms, then.
No, the poison damage does not transfer to its other forms. It's only in
Okay,
that form.
that is what I was wanting to ask about. Okay, back onto the show. Um, I, I do believe that you called for us, mistress.
She grins and takes a sip of her drink. Ah, sure, sit down. If you need a drink, Ryan will get you one.
You know what? I could use a tall glass of, uh, you know, I think they called it a Long Island iced tea.
The man behind the bar's eyes light up and he looks over at you and kind of looks down and he gives you a quizzical look. He's like, huh, I didn't think gnomes drank that. Okay, one long iced tea coming up. That's easy enough to make. And he starts going ahead and start fixing it.
Make it a double. And you see this,
Sure
you
thing.
see this, you see this mischievous grin go across Run's face.
I'll just hold up my hand and shake my head as like a no thank you, I'm good.
He kind of gestures at the man behind the bar. Gestures at Dovit. Dragonborn, right?
Yes,
That's what you're kind of called.
yes, friend.
What do you want?
Do you have anything spicy?
I've got this liqueur that's made distilled from ghost pepper. Is that spicy enough for you?
That sounds perfect.
All right.
Oh my.
That's a Constitution saving throw. I hope there's a natural one on.
He starts fixing something up with that in it. And what about he looks at the other one. Elf?
Yes.
What about you? What can I get for you? He places the
Surprise
Long
me.
iced tea on the bar. All right. He starts mixing something up with like a dark liquid and pours it together and just sets it out for you. And as he fixes up what looks like a lighter, somewhat reddish drink, and he hands that to Dovit.
Ah, yes.
As I go to pick mine up, I just look at him, squint for a second. This isn't going to make me dance, is it?
No, but and my sister danced a bunch. After she drank a bunch of these, but that's what happens when you don't hold your liquor.
Fair enough. And I take a little sips and taste it.
Run takes his drink and he downs about a quarter of it already. So good.
Dovit just chugs the whole thing.
So, what world are you guys coming in from?
What do you mean, world?
Um,
Well,
we-
I know that door. You gestures over the door you came from, which is now closed, by the way. Kind of leads to anywhere in the multiverse. So, what world did you guys come from? Definitely not from my
Yeah.
world.
What world would that be again?
Out of character. That should be Ollaras.
I was asking him what world his world
Oh,
is.
okay. I wasn't sure which one. Oh, I came from a planet called Earth.
Earth. Sounds
Yeah.
fascinating.
Well, it doesn't have gnomes, doesn't have dragonborn, doesn't have elves on it, and stares at Jasper for a moment. I don't know what you are, ma'am. I'm sorry.
Nazi, and that world sounds boring as fuck.
No, not really that boring. It's got a bunch of stuff that most people don't know about. They're, are very dangerous, but yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Well, anyways,
Although they tend to lock up people that are from other worlds, so I'd recommend trying to go there.
51.
So, David, please roll me a Constitution saving throw for your drink. Alright. So you feel your mouth burn, you feel your stomach burn, but you keep it all down, and it's actually not that bad.
That hit the spot perfectly. Very good, barkeep.
Thanks. Kind of stares at Run again. I think I've only met one other gnome, and he had a long, wispy beard. You don't have that.
no, I'm still rather young, actually.
Ah. Alright. Maybe in the future you'll grow a beard like his.
Quite possibly. Right now, but the Fu Manchu seems to be the rage with the uh, youngins nowadays.
Kind of rubs his hand against his own, bit of a unshaven look. Yeah, I guess it is.
I'll just lean down and whisper in Run's ear. I don't think that actually applies, but okay, buddy. And I pat him on the shoulder.
He just looks at her kind of quizzically. Oh, anyways, I do believe we had been summoned here for well, I do recall that we had some business and that you had that the business would be that a favor upon your request. As he looks at
The woman, the feline woman smiles and finishes her drink, setting the glass aside. Yes, why don't you guys, folks, come sit down now that you have your drinks?
Go sit down.
and Run sits next to her.
I also sit
Whisper
down.
will remain standing by the table.
Erden, do you drink?
Yeah, just sipping on mine.
Alright. It tastes very sweet. And the woman kind of nods at the group of you. I don't think I've met some of you, or at least not you. She nods at Dovit. I take it you're a recent addition to this merry band?
I am. These are my friends.
Well, they look like good friends to me. She grins, showing her sharp little teeth that look very much like a cat.
And you see the weasel kind of sniff at the air a little bit.
So, tell me, what exactly are you up to right now?
Well, we recently had a one of our members had to um, part, and well, I made a promise to her, and I was going to get the details in writing. However, I get to believe that can wait.
It sounded like you got cut off there.
Oh, no, I ended. I said, and that that could wait for the moment. And he looks at her, and um, so
Well, your friend who left, she had a contract with a woman who sadly has passed away, which means technically you're under no obligation to track down the source of the affliction in your world.
If we could, why wouldn't we?
Yeah,
Get
that's
rid
a
of.
good answer. Especially since I fear that failure, the soulmonger is just the tip of the iceberg. If left unchecked, not only will the world potentially die, but souls will be destroyed, more so than already have been. And that is not a good thing.
definitely not.
My thoughts is this is far more than simply a soul gathering expedition for, say, a lich or a hag or something of that nature. No, this seems more like a ritual to create a god.
God.
Mm, yes.
And you
So
see
many souls.
Ron kind of stroking his mustache, and hmm, may not have anything to do with that. The last mission that we were on, the one that we were preparing for when our deal was struck, um, we met well, a rather terrifying um, uh, I want to say a demigod that was looking for his son.
She looks at you for a moment and then bursts out laughing. Oh, him? Oh, no, that's nothing. Well, I wouldn't say nothing to do with him. I have a feeling that he's connected in there somewhere, but no. If anything, he'd be more of an ally than anything else.
Mm, well, I was more concerned about his son might be.
Oh no, his son is dead, and his son's soul has been cast down to, well, far, far away. Another god's problem.
Oh, well, let's best that we got out of there when he did before he found out that his son.
Oh no, his son. He and his son did not get along. It's okay.
Well, anyways, but yes, we that. I mean, I made a promise to my friend, and if what you're saying is true, we are in deep shit.
Yes. I would hate to see your world get destroyed, especially since a duplicate of it was just made recently. Well, sort of a duplicate. There was a whole paradox issue, but it's been straightened out.
This is all above my pay grade. What did we get summoned here for?
Oh, um, let's see. I had this feeling, this little niggling feeling, that you were about to walk into something quite unpleasant if you were going down the current road, and it would completely destroy your hopes and chances of fulfilling what you really need to do. So, since you're looking to strike a deal with somebody over, let's say, completing said mission, and want to continue on to any allies you might gather, even if all of you should die and all that's left is your allies, well then, she kind of gestures her arms wide, I am probably a great person to strike a deal with on that. And I
Is
would
there one?
consider that a favor. What do you think?
So what's the catch?
Let's see. Well, I already have a bartender. I've got young Ryan over there. Ryan waves. He's a decent bartender, so I don't need another one of those right now. She kind of like looks you all over. I could really use some proper eyes and ears in there rather than some of the, well, flim flam ones that I've had as of late. How about one of you agrees to my tutelage?
Run kind of quirks an eyebrow at her. And what would this tutelage consist of?
Well, I believe you refer to yourselves as warlocks under such tutelage.
Oh my god.
Basically, just a small child that's been wanting candy for a long time and just had the biggest fucking chocolate Easter bunny in front of them.
Okay. A warlock whose patron is the.
The god of chaos.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay. Oh boy. So, this is all completely out of character. Alright. Majority of my levels is in Rogue, Arcane Trickster.
You took the one in Wizard, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
I kept thinking you were an artificer for some reason.
I was thinking about it, but with the wizard spell book, I figured it would actually fit.
You kind of act slightly like an artificer with the inventing and
I know.
things.
I know. I would just hate to just let the spell book go to waste. That's all. Unless we could retro play the artificer thing, because I don't think he's really used his wizard ability yet. Because he can still get a good coin.
Yeah,
for
you guys
spell
have
book.
you guys haven't had you guys haven't had a fight since your last level up, so you can fix that level if you need to.
Okay, or hear me out. Not have to worry about that level just yet. Thus, we have come to our, for the lack of a better term, crossroads deal here. So you need someone to be your eyes and ears, in which you will make a contract with them to delegate certain prosperities, of course. And this is all you're asking?
I could really use one. It's quite useful. Besides, like I said, it would be a pity if something happened to your world. And since you are around, perhaps you or others you might pick up along the way might be able to stop it.
And he, Floof is starting to get a little audible, kind of talking in Run's ear. And you see him kind of lean over to listen as he strokes his beard. And then the two look at each other, and you see Run kind of purse his lips, kind of in thought, and then looks at everyone, and then dead eyes Jasper. And then the Grinch's grin kind of just spread across his face.
Out of character, there is a part of me that wants to just like jump forward and shake her hand or something. But at the same time, like I don't want to steal this from Run because it's just too fucking perfect.
See, you actually, Jasper, even as you're potentially thinking this, even if it's just you out of character, her eyes track over to you, and she leans over and whispers so that you can hear it, Jasper, but no one else. It can be more than one of you.
I'm good.
Oh my god. Torn would have a coronary.
Hey, now don't say that because it makes me want to do it.
Hey, just think though, it's bad enough to have one chaos master.
She gets up from her chair, and walks behind Jasper and like leans a companionable shoulder elbow on you, and it's like whispers over, "Just imagine what you can do with that sort of power." And then she smiles over at Dovit and Erdan. You know, you two are quite quiet. Are you all right?
I'm just, David is just, he doesn't really understand what's going on, so he's just trying to pay attention the best that he can.
Kind of similar for Adon. I'm not really one to know about all this kind of stuff. I just shoot a bow and stay in the woods most of my time.
Can I just ask one quick question then?
Go for it.
Of her. Why the bean?
Yes. And?
Why?
And she kind of like puts an arm around you.
Why chaos god.
Yeah, she puts an arm around you, and she somehow manages to put an arm around Run. Not sure how, since he's many feet lower, but it somehow looks natural with her, regardless. And she says, "Why, it's for fun. Why not? There's this one little gnome I constantly give beans to because it's hilarious how upset it makes him. And yet he is one of the most chaotic people I've ever met."
I would like to. Oh Lord, now I'm forgetting the name of it.
A check?
Yeah, what's the roll for checking somebody?
Insight?
Like, see how
Insight.
Yeah, insight. I'd like to do an insight check on her.
Yeah, and she smiles
Evan.
at you. She is impossible to gauge. It's like
Yeah.
you look back at her and you feel lost. Very, very lost.
I almost want to just roll a d20 and like have someone call it high or low if I take this deal or not. Fuck it, Warlock powers, why not? Right?
That was just for S and G's.
She pats you on the head all of a sudden, Run. And she whispers at Jasper, "Come on, you know you want to take it. You don't need to go playing with things and make believe to see if you want it or not."
This isn't even like character struggle, this is player struggle right now.
Come on now. Shake a poor sinner's hand.
She still says what she says to you, Jasper. Thorn is a fourth wall breaking being. She will respond to what players are saying.
David speaks up and he says, I know I am new to the group, but I noticed that you were very sad earlier. So maybe something new will help you with your sadness.
I just keep imagining like a vein in Torrent's head just popping out whenever I tell him I made a deal with a fucking tabaxi.
If it is you say that, Jasper, a vein pops out of your forehead and flowers come spewing out.
That's not normal.
Run
Never is around me, darling. Never is.
in that
What's pretty flowers?
Run in that very moment. Come on now. Why won't you shake a poor sinner's hand?
Damn you, Run! I made a d20.
Well, I guess you could already know that Run will be taking the deal.
No!
No, really? We
I
have
would have
no
never
clue.
guessed. Where's your drunk? Friend's house, so I'm mad. It's like running through the house like a mad woman trying to find a d20. She's been sitting on her bed listening to all of this, so like she knows what's going on.
Look under your left foot.
So, out of character, what kind of pact is this? It'd be a celestial pact?
Hey,
Let's see.
I think.
You can choose. Okay? Let me look at the packs again to see which would fit her best.
Sounds Faye.
Well, she's actually not Fae, but you can technically use the Fae pack with her if that's how you wanted to do it, just because of reasons that one of my other parties knows about, but I don't want to share right now.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna check this. Okay, so there's Vampire, Archfey, Fiend, Great Old One, something else, a couple of the others. Hold on, let's look see if there's a listing of all of them.
There is, of course, the basics of the Fae, Celestial, Fiend, and Old Ones.
Mm-hmm.
And then the newer ones of the Undying.
Which would be Vampire. Yeah, we've got two Warlocks of the Undying, or something along those lines in my Wednesday game.
Well, I'm probably going to be taking whichever one Run takes. So it's like, it's still the same, so.
So you basically would have 3 potentials with this character for your particular pact from the ones I know. And that would be Celestial, Archfey, or Great Old One, depending on what powers look better to you.
Of course, you also got the Hexblade. You got the Raven Queen, I believe.
Definitely
I
not
don't
the
know.
Raven Queen. In fact,
No,
I
I'm
said
just.
when it comes to Ollaras, the Raven Queen doesn't exist. You guys are not aware of the Raven Queen because there's a different death god that watches over the place.
Oh, yeah, I was just naming off the packs that
Yeah, I
they
know.
have that are official.
Yeah, and I was pointing out that that's one pack that would be invalid in this game. Even if you died and had to make a new character, you wouldn't be able to make a pact with the Raven Queen because she doesn't exist here.
We'll run. I'll let you. I don't even know if I'm taking this deal yet. She's still trying to find the D20. If she can't find one, then I'll just roll it on, roll 20, and we'll do it that way. But I'll let you pick whichever one go best with it, and then like you know more about D&D than I do, and then I'll just go with whatever you pick. So it'll be
Fathomless and Genie are 2 of the other ones. In my alternate Saturday game, one of them is a genie, a genie warlock. It's pretty cool. He carries around a bottle.
hey, Rach.
Oh, I got to get that image out of my head.
Oh, all right.
It's worse.
Roll it on you.
He is a small green frog.
I'm taking the deal. Rolled a 19.
All right.
So we about to have 2 warlocks.
I'm not taking the deal. Because I told her to call it high or low, and she said low, and I rolled a 19.
Ah,
It was, yeah.
That's a pity.
okay. So go
Check
ahead.
your wrong physical dice. No, that is not.
What happened?
Low. She got low.
Oh, I got the lowest you can get on the physical dice.
And that one. It looks like you should. She pats Jasper on the head.
I'm gonna roll one more time. Raise high or low. Because the natural one, that kind of fucks with things.
We'll go low again.
Fine. Or I'm taking it. Not meant to be.
I said low.
I told her to call it. You just told me to take it. I already have one chaos gnome that's going to be taking it, so we're still going to have some fuckery. I don't know if this group can stand 2 chaos warlocks.
Okay, so basically, Celestial actually gets some abilities, kind of like clerics do. The Archfey would be more along the lines of trickery,
Which is perfect.
because of the enchantment, and the illusion that you get from that. The old one, I'm not too sure about, though. I'd have to look at that one again. But that one's like most of your stuff is acid based, from what I understand, if I remember correctly.
The great old one is For spells at least, you get the Dissonant Whispers, Tasha's Hideous Laughter, Detect Thoughts, Phantasmal Force, Clairvoyance, Sending, Dominate Beast, Bard's Black Tentacles, Dominate Person, Telekinesis. It gives you the ability to touch the mind of other creatures, can telepathically speak to any creature within 30 feet of you. At 6th level, magically ward yourself against attack. And basically use your reaction to impose disadvantage on that roll. If the attack misses, your next attack roll has advantage on the creature. That's a 6th level thing. 10th level's Thought Shield. And then 14th is Create Thrall.
Oh yeah, just exactly what Run needs.
No. Oh, God. I charmed until someone cast Remove Curse.
Oh, I'm still debating on which one to take, though. What knows the benefits of the Archfey?
First level bestows upon you the ability to project the beguiling and fearsome presence of the Fae. An action you can use each creature within a 10-foot cube originating from you to make a Wisdom saving throw. Creatures that fail their saving throws are all charmed or frightened by you, your choice, until the start of your next turn. Once you use this feature, you can't use it again until a short or long rest. You get Fairy Fire, Sleep, Calm Emotions, Phantasmal Force, Blink, Plant Growth, Dominate Beast, Greater Invisibility, Dominate Person, and Seeming.
Well, with everything that Run does now with his Arcane Trickster, Archfey doesn't seem so bad.
To me personally, that's just the one that makes the most sense because it seems like, I know it's not really considered a Fae, but like this being kind of gives off that Fae tricky vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Things that they've done so far, and you being you and a gnome and Chaos Incarnate, then Archfey just kind of seems.
Yeah, exactly.
The Celestial almost seems like you get your expanded spell list, bonus cantrips, Healing Light, Radiant Soul, Celestial Resilience, and Searing Vengeance. You learn the Light and Sacred Flame cantrips at the first level. Healing Light is the first level. Gain the ability to channel celestial energy to heal wounds. A pool of D6 that you can spend to fuel this healing. So that one really doesn't seem like Run.
No, that would definitely seem more like Jasper.
Yeah. I say go for Archfey or the Great Old One. I think those are going to fit probably the best.
Oh yeah, definitely the Archfey.
And Fairy Fire will come in handy.
Oh yeah.
Love Fairy Fire.
Well, so we have made a decision. And what about Jasper? Is she going to become a celestial warlock?
I would have to pick the same one as you probably to make it make sense.
Not necessarily.
And that's up to Grizz if she would just pick the same one or not, because we're making a deal with the same being essentially. So
You can pick
I don't know if it would be the same deal.
It doesn't have to be the same one. That's what I was saying. Because
Okay.
of the type of being that you're picking it with, those are the three options, and it can whichever one of those fits your character best is the form that it takes. Technically, it's still with the same being. It's just those are the flavorings that it goes with that fits your better personality with her.
And technically, we did lose our healer.
This is true. This is very true. Fuck. I still have packed my healing spells, but like she normally cures before I can. Like I'm not really needed too much besides just a backup of just like, oh, you still have some health down? Okay, I'll fix that for you. We also have Torin too, and cleric.
Yeah.
All right. This will take effect at your next level. But if you want to, if you have an easy way of doing it, you can backtrack your previous level simply because you haven't gotten to a fight yet. It's only been, one, like, basically the last thing you were doing was stuff that didn't require much in the way of rolls that would have been affected by a level change. And just change out that level for a level in Warlock.
This one kind of relies off of charisma, and if you haven't noticed, I'm not very charismatic, so it doesn't really do me much good anyway. That pull that it was talking about for the healing, it goes off of your charisma modifier, and I got a -1.
Yeah, and Run has a +3 to charisma.
In this campaign, we could never have too many healers.
Yeah. Now, if I could just figure out how to.
You okay?
Yeah, I wanted the tiny D4 out of the big glass of dice. One of the little mini dice, and I wanted it, and every time I would try to get to it, it would just fall farther to the bottom of the glass. So I was like, come here, you are. Usually fidget with my dice while we're doing stuff. It's usually my D4, but this one's small and cute, so I wanted it.
At what level do you pick the subclass for the Warlock?
That would be. Oh, I forget if I would have figured that it's immediate since it's a Warlock, but it might be level 3.
Okay.
I think that's because of like things like Hexblade.
Yeah. Run will probably go with Chain Pack.
There are 2 laughs that you have. One that gives me life and one that gives me anxiety. You did the one that gives me anxiety. That one.
Oh, that's right. You haven't heard my third laugh.
What?
That one would probably downright scare you.
I don't know. I've had like 6 near-death experiences. There's not much that scares me anymore.
Actually, it'd be more like.
But yeah, no.
Okay, so just need to change my spells, I guess. I'll have to think of which ones I want.
once again, Thorin looks over at Dovit and Eridan. So, what can I interest you two fine fellows with? There is a weapon seller on premises if you would like some weapons.
I'd appreciate the offer, but I am just here to make sure that my friends are safe.
As you said. Oh,
Uh,
GM note. Dovit, did we go over magic weapons for you? I forget. I keep having long. Okay. Remind me again, party, or what level are we at?
8.
8. That's what I thought. Same as my Wednesday party. So at this level, you should have come equipped with.
You're cutting out.
You cut out really bad.
Sorry, at this level, you should come equipped with 2 uncommons or 1 rare magic item.
I should come up with 2 uncommons or 1 rare?
Yes.
Alright. Where can I find these things at?
Compendium. Let's see, the compendium should have. Actually, I don't think the compendium has the rarity item. It's the rarity list.
Usually look at D&D Beyond because it has like the description.
D&D Beyond should be able to help with that much easier than the Roll20 compendium. Roll20 compendium, you can then plug it in and drag and drop it onto your character sheet, at least. So there's that.
Did we get their name, by the way? The Tabaxi Tiefling Brid.
She looks over at you and says, I'm Thorn, and I'm not exactly a tiefling, or a tabaxi for that matter. I just happen to look like this a lot. Of course, I take on many forms, and I have many other names, so... But when we're in here, Thorn is a good one.
As you were saying about a weapon seller, what would we have to do for the weapons?
You can make the deals with Vash. Not Vash, sorry. Give me 1 second. I suddenly forgot the weapon seller's name. Not Vash. Vash is a different character entirely. Nos. I think it's Nos, actually.
Out of character, I'm having trouble. Like, look, I'm in the listing of items, the magical items, but I click on it to see what it does, and it wants me to pay for the book.
Oh, that's bad. Sorry. I take it you don't have a physical copy of the Dungeon Master's book?
I'm still a newish player.
Oh, that's cool. No, don't worry. You don't actually need books to do that. Let's see. For uncommon items, that might be an easier one to deal with for you. I always recommend, like, a bag of holding is always useful. That's an uncommon item.
Okay. I'll go ahead and do that then.
Grizz, I don't have any magical items as of right now. Do I need to like pick any out, or because like I didn't start the campaign with any either?
Yeah, it's because you didn't start the campaign with any. Because we were at a much lower level at the time, and you've had opportunities to buy them. But new players coming in, I assume that they've done stuff before, so they get item coming in. But if you want to spend your money on stuff now, there's a shop here. You can open up the shop for you if you like.
Is there like a magical like halberd?
You can get like a +1.
Yeah, I think it's +1 uncommon. Let me double check.
No. So, Chris, I apologize. I've been meaning to get you those books, but I need to get a flash drive to put them on because I had mine. I don't know where the hell it ran off to. So, I'm going to have to buy another one and put all the books onto it. I haven't done that yet.
It's okay.
You know how my memory is. You need to remind me of these things.
I'll buy one tomorrow.
You bought one today while we were at Walmart.
You could probably buy a used copy of the book at like a used bookstore. I'd like to remind you we are on stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, a weapon +1 is uncommon.
Okay. So I'll want to do that and apply it to my halberd.
Yeah, so you can just +1 to your halberd, which will give it a +1 to attack and +1 to damage. It also makes it a magical weapon. So it'd be halberd +1.
Halberd +1. Okay.
Ooh, can I get a magical tattoo?
Sadly, there's no magical tattoo artist here.
I think those are like wondrous items, and my god, I don't even want to know the price. Look around and on D&D Beyond, see what I can find. Yeah, I can get a full bag of beans instead of just one.
Okay, so at first level, I get 2 cantrips and 2 known spells.
Yep. Actually, if I recall right, the kind of warlock is first level, and then the style of warlock from there is at third. Like, since you have a book thing, I imagine that would be Pact of the Tome for you. I think that's how that works. I'm not 100% though. Sometimes warlock, even though I create tons of warlocks as a GM, I create tons of warlocks with the various packs. I constantly forget how that works.
I get a belt of dwarven kind. Do I have the ability to grow a beard?
If you could physically grow a beard, you can.
I've seen females with beards.
Yeah, so that's a yes then.
I
I mean, an elf, unless they have human blood, wouldn't be able to grow a beard. Well, actually, I take that back. Hold on. If a Goliath can grow a beard, then yeah, even an elf can grow a beard, which means yes, you can grow a beard. It means gender doesn't matter either. You would just grow a beard. It's a dwarf thing.
was looking at it because, like, added bonus of growing a beard, but also because everything fucking has poison in this campaign. It gives me
There's
resistance.
that.
Turned. Everything has poison. Actually, even I have freaking poison, but I don't use that spell. Maybe it's acid. It might be acid. Mine is acid. For mine. I had a question about that. The Primal Savagery, if I cast the spell and then shift into whatever form that I choose, it says I could make a melee spell attack against one creature. So would I still be able to do that, but in my animal form, but with the added damage?
Added damage from the Primal Savagery. I think that is meant just for you. For your own body, instead of like from another creature.
I just didn't know if it would transfer over if I turned
I
into an
don't
evil and then like.
I don't think it stacks. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. That's what I was checking. If so, I would use that in combat a lot more often because I'm always fucking going wolf. Hey, that advantage though. Use my blight. Yeah. Or polymorph. I want to totally be a jester. Turn everything into like a turtle or a bunny.
Oh, I've got somebody who does that.
Just have to like stop everyone from attacking it. Like, don't hit the bunny. Ooh. Oh wait, now those things probably have some sort of resistance. Thinking like maybe using it for one of the golems, or golems that we had to fight, or whatever exactly they were, the things that came out of the holding cells.
Yeah.
They probably, with constructs, they usually have some sort of thing that they can't be polymorph.
And by the way, that's the picture. That's well, I'm not a very good drawer, but that's more like what she looks like.
Here?
You said there was a weapon merchant here. Is there any other kind of merchants here?
Oh, I sell some things too. When I'm in the mood. You're looking for things other than
Well, what kind of
weapons?
things do you? Go ahead.
You're looking for things other than weapons?
I guess it would depend on what you have and if you are in the mood.
Well, tell me what you're looking for, and I can tell you if I have it.
Didn't have anything specifically in mind.
Nothing specifically. Just looking for a surprise.
Perhaps.
And what do you have to pay for it?
So,
Just looks at. Just looks directly at Jasper.
much is it?
She just asked how much I would pay for something if she was willing to sell it.
Uh, I'll pay upwards of 500 gold. Maybe more, depending on what it is. If it's super useful, then that.
Well,
We'll set the base price at 500.
there's always a bag of holding. That's usually a decent price for a bag of holding. But why not mix it up a bit? I can offer you a portable hole.
Portable hole.
I wouldn't mix the two unless you want to create have a bit of an instability.
You dirty motherfucker.
May come back to you on that. If anybody else would be interested in buying that, then feel free. But for now, I would like to see that weapon merchant.
All right. He's over through there, and she gestures at a one of the doors that are on the other side of the wall from the one that you came in from.
Yeah, I'll just kind of wait for everyone else to Get
Dove,
ready to go over there.
Dove gets up and starts walking towards the bar. He thought he heard something drop.
The man behind the bar kind of like looks at him. Do you need something else?
I was just making sure that everything was okay. I heard something drop.
No. Everything's okay over here.
Okay. And I walk back towards the group now.
The man is just kind of looking after you, looking perplexed.
Right.
So you said you're off to the door with the weapon seller?
I'll just kind of sit over by the doors, but wait for the rest of the party. Get everything done and get ready to head over there. If they would like to go over there.
I'll go with. Why not?
I didn't know if they were done making their deal, or if anybody wanted to buy a portable hole.
I think I'm good without a portable hole.
Are we? Are we really?
They do come in handy.
And would you like a portable hole?
I mean, Run is a.
You know, there is something else I can offer you for 500 gold.
Yes.
How about a broom?
I'll take it.
Run will take the portable hole.
She just sort of reaches behind her back and immediately produces the broom and just hands it over to you.
I can fly now. Actually, it'll still come in useful. If we ever need to fly, people can ride on the broom. It's
Is the portable hole like? Is it basically just like the Acme cartoon? Like they just peel it off a wall and then slap it onto another wall, and it's just a hole now.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
wow.
also can store things.
What? Gold. Done.
She hands you the
That's it.
portable hole. Just make sure never to put it into a bag of holding or a handy haversack or another portable hole, and you won't have a problem. Unless, of course, you wish to cause a problem, but you'll probably die in the process.
Only under dire circumstances shall it happen.
Fun.
I'm just saying, if we
We've
were to
already
be,
created enough explosions. Let's not make one that big. We're talking like Hiroshima.
No, dear, it's not an explosion. It's an implosion.
That sounds better. Oh, we won't need to stop the Soulmonger from taking over the world because we'll have imploded it.
Ron would like to get a +1 enchantment on his short sword and hand crossbow, though.
Yes, a +1, making into those weapons a +1, another 500 gold for each.
And Ren will pull out 1,000 gold.
Yes, it's always useful to have magical items, especially when you're fighting things that are resistant to normal items, or even can't be hurt by normal items.
Oh my god, I just had one of the greatest ideas.
What's that?
Imagine whenever I get elemental forms and I'm just riding the broom, and then I just take a leap off and turn into an earth elemental and just become a meteor.
A Jasper meteor. Fun. Well, I did smash Arya's character on Wednesday with a statue that was kicked off of a building. So the damage rules will apply. Then she nearly died.
130 hit points. So I think I'm okay.
Yeah. No, but my point is that when I drop things like that, depending on how dense they are, your density would kick up the damage done from a D6 to a D10 to things in the fall, and then I would add the fall based on how far you were. If you're a rock, you're dense. When you're squishy, you're only a D6. You're only a D6, the equivalent of the fall damage itself being transferred onto another person. But a rock, it's more dangerous.
Sick.
Yeah, they were fighting a rock in my Wednesday game. The rock landed on a tower. It kicked off a statue 40 feet down. Landed on Arya's character. And then when they killed the rock, it was flying and landed on the party. And nearly killed Arya's character.
Jesus.
Well, I warned them when they were firing up at it. It's like, at this height, with it flying there, it's going to fall on you if it dies. I warned them.
And as a DM, all you can do is warn your party, and if they still continue, then do what you said you were going to do.
Yep. Well, it was also a they'd been taking things were getting way too easy for them, and I was going to up the danger level and make them remember that just because something looks innocent, I can and use the area to my advantage against them. Be careful of statues on towers.
Hey, Grizz, real quick, just so that I'm clear on the rules. +2 bolts will not stack on top of a +1.
Correct. They will simply they would simply be able to make the bolts be magical, even if the crossbow the crossbow was not.
Yeah, the +2 cross bolts would just be a +2.
Yeah, it would just be okay. In that case, it would be the damage would be +2 because it's on the bolts themselves, but they would not be stacked with an extra +1.
Exactly.
And the +1 would be on the attack bonus. You would not get the +2 on the attack bonus because it's on the weapon. Special ammo rules.
Yes. Okay, so
it doesn't happen the reverse way either, because regular crossbow bolts will still get the +1 even when fired from a +1 crossbow.
Gotcha. Okay.
By the way, anyone in the party can use that broom of flying. So, Erdon, where you need to have distance, if you wanted to hop on the broom and just get up in the air away from shit and to be able to fire your arrows, then you could totally do that.
Yeah, I believe the weight limit is something like, was it 500 pounds?
I believe so.
Or is that, or am I thinking of a magic carpet?
I think you might be thinking of a carpet. I don't know if it was ever said what the weight limit of a broom is. I imagine it has.
I know it has a weight limit because I've seen it before. I'll have to flip back to that card.
Looking at it.
Actually, just a moment. Yeah.
Broom can carry 400.
400. Okay, I was off by 100.
And you can go 50 feet, but if it's carrying over 200 pounds, then it's only 40 feet.
Yeah. Yeah, flying speed is 300 feet. Carrying over 200 pounds.
And I can send the broom to travel alone to a destination within 1 mile of me. So if we're in combat, I can just be like, go, broom, go, and send it off in the direction of Erdon.
Yep.
He doesn't even have to come over to me to get it.
Yep, launch it to an ally.
Woo!
And because it doesn't require attunement, they can just hop on and fly away. It is a very useful item.
I make the command word yeet.
Yes.
Yes. Oh my god. Is that you?
Yeah, the elven word eat.
From Yeetus.
Yeeted.
So if I were to try to fire my bow from the broom, would we have to do a similar situation to like Critical Role where I would do a disadvantage?
That's a good question. For bow and arrow, that would be a yes because you wouldn't be keeping. You'd have to have at least one hand on the broom in order to control it. If you don't mind potentially crashing or flying into an obstacle, or falling off if you lose your balance, you can keep both hands and get. Basically, how I would play it is that you would have to keep yourself from falling off and to keep steering it the right direction. You have to have at least one hand on it at all times, which really messes up your ability to fire. However,
I can't hover. Or just hover in place.
yeah.
It does say that in the thing, so
Yeah,
like
so it would hover, but you still have the potential for falling off.
we might have to get Run to do a Percival and make a seat.
Thankfully,
Run
I think Run can do that. He is pretty handy.
Would be hard to do.
Oh, it's too bad. It's too bad you're not my other party who also has a flying broom. They just picked up a saddle of cavalry in that rock's nest of the cavalry. I think that would work perfectly with that item.
So you're wanting a saddle or a seat for the broom?
I have to help him stay astride it without it going all wonky and possibly throwing him off, giving him disadvantage.
Oh yeah. We could probably tinker something up.
Actually, can I ask Lauren if she has one of those saddles? Possibly?
Oh, you want to buy one?
If you have one available.
And I just noticed that she actually sold you a portable hole, which is a rare item instead of an uncommon item, for much cheaper than it's worth. But that's her.
Yep. Which I still need to add that to my inventory.
Yeah, but she decided to sell it to you like that because I'm thinking of that and going, that's should be the similar rarity to that, and I forgot that's actually in the rare category. Yeah, I'm trying to find my card for the saddle.
The saddle's uncommon.
Yeah. Here it is. Found it. Oh, it is next to the sending stones. Yeah. While in the saddle on a mount, you can't be dismounted against your will while you're conscious, and the attack roll against the mount will have disadvantage. So yeah, you could definitely fix it up. It'd be another 500 gold. She seems to be running a sale where all uncommon items are worth 500 gold.
I mean, worth it.
Hey, this is her domain, and she's a god, so she's allowed to set whatever prices she wants.
Alright, so now you
deal with
have...
her.
We have the saddle and room. Oh god. Yes.
Okay, so the only thing I need to do is just switch my spells out. Which I decided to go with Arms of Hadar and Witch Bolt.
Witch Bolt isn't really good.
And then, of course, what Warlock would
Eldritch
not
Blast.
take exactly.
Yes.
And, of course, I also went with Toll the Dead.
Yes, Toll the Dead. Toll the Dead.
Would either or both of you enjoy an extra chaotic feature?
Oh, of course.
I have to make a pact to get it.
No, it's part. But as part of your pact, would you like to activate a certain extra chaos feature to make things even more fun and chaotic for you?
Of course.
Fuck.
Yes or no, Jasper, before I reveal what it is.
You call it one more time, high or low?
Hi.
I'll go with what Grace said. She said high first. Well, it was a 2 on a D4, so nope.
Alright.
It's not meant to be.
So, Jasper, well, being chaotic now for Jasper, it's like, okay, yeah, I've got some chaos magic running through me. Run was already chaotic, and the magic in his blood is boiling, and he will basically have the effect of a wild mage whenever he casts a spell.
Oh, dear God.
No. Oh no.
Wild magic.
Oh no.
Hey,
I can hear Thorin screaming.
believe it or not, that is quite fun.
I can hear Thorin's head exploding. Oh no.
This is what happens with the party dad, isn't there?
I'm supposed to be the party mom. What have I done?
You're the fun mom.
Oh fuck. This is gonna get interesting.
Okay, so let us let's see.
Not knowing what it is, Dovit asks what is wild magic.
And
Wild-
Thorn wraps an arm around him and says, "Oh, it's fun magic from the Feywild, but it can be quite unpredictable. It does some rather spectacular things."
Well, I am always there for feats of spectacle.
Okay. She smiles, and all of a sudden, Dovit turns into a potted plant.
Feed me.
Oh, Simo, feed me.
The effect only lasts a minute, at which point Dovit returns to his normal self.
Yeah, that was normal.
I am feeling a little green after that.
And through minor illusion. Da 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 da. Now, question: does the wild magic happen anytime I cast a spell, or just the warlock spell?
It seems to only affect your warlock magic. Like you're pulling and summoning your warlock magic out through a slurry of chaos, and the chaos then manifests around you.
Okay, I just want to make sure because I got so many spells that could really have some fun with.
Oh no. Oh no.
I mean, remember, Run is a arcane trickster, so he's already got like color spray, disguise self, silent image.
The one I'm worried about, and the one I'm always worried about with wild magic, is fireball.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm not high enough level for that yet.
Oh,
No,
doesn't
it's
matter.
one of the things that can happen with wild magic.
Doesn't matter. It's one of the 100 things you can roll up on the wild magic table.
Oh yeah.
Guess what, Run? It's centered on yourself, so you still take that damage too.
Yeah, and for funsies, if you cast a fireball at yourself, you would get propelled up into the air. Although you wouldn't take any bludgeoning damage from falling again, it'd just be for a fun effect. I mean, it's the equivalent of bludgeoning yourself.
Yeah. Jasper,
Yes.
read evasion.
It's up to Grizz if she'll let you use that with the fireball centered on yourself.
Because it's centered on yourself, basically expanding out from around you and consuming around you, evasion wouldn't exactly work.
Okay, so I don't get the deck save then for the fireball?
That would be a correct.
Okay.
Because technically the fireball is you.
I think it actually specifies, like, they can still make a saving throw.
Oh, you can?
but
It says that on there?
I'm not.
disadvantage?
I think it's just you cast the spell Fireball centered on yourself, so I think you would still be able to make the saving throw because you're just casting the spell. I mean, that's really up to you.
Yeah. I'm trying to think about how somebody casting it on themselves could then evade it.
It's true.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that would actually be you'd have to roll at disadvantage. If that was the case, if it was centered on you, it would probably be a disadvantage thing.
I'd be saying, "Oh no" for the rest of the.
Well,
Okay,
there's
so
only a 1 or a 2 out of 100 chance of doing that.
Yeah, but that's not the only bad thing that can happen.
He could turn into a goat or potted plant.
Potted plant is fun.
It's fun, but in combat, not so fun.
okay.
Of course, you have the druid who's like, "Protect the plant at all costs." Yeah, I'll heal you first if you get hurt, but I'm not letting the plant get hurt.
Book. Book. Poke?
Poking your cat.
He likes to be booped on the nose.
Well,
It's a good thing I didn't take that pact now because 2 of us with wild magic, oh god.
And did Jesper want more beans?
If I have to buy them, no, because we've already spent a lot of gold.
Yeah.
Although I was going to check my
Yeah.
pockets after we left, because I would imagine there might be something else in there. Possibly another bean.
No, not for you yet. I have specific requirements before I randomly give somebody a bean. Well, actually, it's not quite randomly give them a bean. There's certain things that people do that make me give them beans.
What did
I'm not telling.
Was it good or bad?
I'm not telling.
You tell me one day.
After the game ends.
Yeah,
Just leave me in the dark forever, man. You do this to me. I'm curious.
Anyone else have anything things they want to get done?
I still like to go see the weapon merchant.
Oh, I thought you said you were already picking out buying the thing. That's the only reason I was letting them talk. You said you wanted God damn it! They talked over you again, didn't they? And I didn't pay attention. I'm so sorry.
I was still just waiting on them to get done buying everything they were going to buy from her. And the whole wild magic thing happened. But yeah, I was just kind of waiting on them
All right.
where it's through those
So
doors.
yeah,
Yeah. I'm just going to be looking for a bow.
All right. So, you walk into the back, and it's not really like a small, dingy back room or anything like that. It's a huge, expansive store space with racks of weapons of all kinds lining the interior end of the walls. Behind what appears to be a counter is some kind of serpent-like man with kind of like a somewhat of a cobra hood, but you can see like 2 arms and 2 legs and like this gray, scaly skin. He has a long scar down his face, bisecting one of his eyes with a patch over it, and he kind of like looks out at you as you enter, nodding his head. Welcome. Can I interest you in?
Well, my friend, as you can see, I'm a bowyer, and well, I trimmed this out of a branch 12 years ago, so it's time for an upgrade.
Yes, it could use his upgrades. How big of an upgrade are we thinking, though?
Just yell for Jasper.
Give me a price.
Actually, how much would you be comfortable with me spending? Because I believe that's how this is going to work.
I don't know how much a regular bow is. Are you just wanting a regular bow, or are you wanting like a +1, or what exactly are you wanting? What he's asking.
I have several bows. Some of them are more fancy than others, the equivalent of the +1 weapons, and some are much more nasty. No matter what arrow you put in, it seems to do curved damage and extra pain and suffering to your target, even the ones that should not feel it, such as undead and constructs.
And how much would one of those be?
Well, one of those is a bit rare. So, for that one, I would ask that you pay me 1,000 gold.
I mean, that sounds cool to Erdon. Since that's one of the more rare ones, and it can do a lot more damage, 1,000 gold or less.
It scans if you sit the right spot. It is magical, so it will breach the defenses of creatures that resist or are impenetrable by regular weapons.
At the end of the day, that's totally up to you, Jasper. I don't want to spend all your gold. I haven't had a chance to really make you that much gold yet, and you guys did save my life.
I mean, if you spend 1,000 gold, that pretty much puts us right back to where we were before Aria gave us all of her gold for the party. So, I'm not too bad off on that. Do you want one of the more powerful ones that's going to do damage to constructs, which probably be good because at some point we're going to have to go back to a temple and fight 4 stone golems. Yeah.
Yeah, that one would probably be good. Did you say stone golems? What?
Gladiator golems. Killed one of our old party members.
That sounds exciting.
That sounds like a cross that bridge when we get to it kind of thing. Yeah, I'll take that one.
That sounds good. And he pulls off a bow with a metallic string that seems to be made out of curved ivory, and offers it to you. This is a vicious bow. It should serve you well. And what it is a vicious weapon in the form of a bow. When you roll a 20 on your attack roll with this magic weapon, which means all of its attacks are magical, the target takes an extra 7 damage of the weapon type. So it would be magical piercing damage.
Awesome.
So basically, it's anytime you roll, make a critical roll in that 20, you get an additional 7 damage on top of all the other bonuses you get from rolling a critical hit. And even if you don't roll a 20, it's a magical weapon. It hits. It can hit anything you want. It cuts right through the golem's defenses.
As soon as he sees the bow,
at least I think it's golem. Other constructs. I know there's like one construct where magical doesn't matter. It only can get hit with adamantium weapons. but I don't think those were the type of golems you were fighting.
As soon as Udon sees this bow, he's just like absolutely like jaw drops and just like running his fingers over it and just like, this is magnificent craftsmanship. Did you make this?
Ah, no, but I picked it up at the port. It was from a craftsman of some repute and enchanter. It is quite nice, is it not?
Beautiful. And then I guess I'll just does this have to have any like attunement at all?
Not that I see
No,
now.
it does not need any sort of bond with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll just take my old bow and tell him that he can do with it what he pleases, or sell it to him for like whatever a regular bow would go for.
Yeah, basically you'd get back half of what you'd pay for a regular bow from the player's hand guide.
All right, I'll just do that and maybe buy like 15 or 20 more arrows.
Yeah, you get 20 arrows easily for 1 gold.
Yeah. Well, that's the only thing I could think of I would really need.
Anyone else need anything from the weapon seller?
Tobit does not.
Yeah, he got his +1 halberd. I got my broom of flying. I got packed and a portable hole. Have to stick your dick in it.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
Of a boom, we just hear screaming and go down there. Like, what happened?
Yeah, there'd be gushing blood and certain body parts would be missing.
A little minute berating him. It's like, why would you do that? And then cure wounds.
Yeah,
Actually, healing word because I'm not touching it.
yeah. Well, curing words won't replace a missing appendage.
At least stop the blood so he won't die.
Yeah, that would work.
Hey, luckily you got the diamond dust from Aria.
This is true.
Yeah, because then you could use Oh, you don't have regeneration, do you?
Not at this level.
Yeah. Basically, you need regeneration to replace missing items.
Oh, greater restoration doesn't.
No, it does not. A greater restoration will fix pulverized bone potentially, if you heal it at the right time. But it won't regrow things.
You can turn someone from stone back to flesh, but
if you didn't reconnect their body part before you're doing that, well, their limb is gone.
I don't even think I have the restoration right now for the level of spells I get. That's a 5th level spell, isn't it?
I think so. It's a useful spell.
I only get up to level 4 for right now. So. Yep, it's a 5th level. I think I don't get a 5th level slot until next level. Maybe. Just get another 4th level slot. Shall look it up because I already have DnD. Hey, I get 1 5th level spell slot, and I will definitely be taking Greater Restoration. Alrighty, are we ready to get out of this roll wherever we are?
I can send you back to your ship, or I can send you anywhere else you like.
Probably go back to the ship and learn what we've done. The mess we just made. I'm honestly so happy I didn't take that pack now because I was fucking struggling. I really was. Like, I wanted to take it, but I was like, I don't know if I should, and I'm so glad I didn't now.
Wait, did you or did you not take the Warlock pack?
Didn't.
Didn't at all?
I rolled for it
So
3 times.
So you're just a druid. Got it. I'll fix that on my notes.
Yeah. I rolled for it 3 times, and I had her call it high or low twice, and you called it high or low once, and I always rolled the opposite of what you guys said. So I'm like, yeah, it's really not meant to be.
Yeah, dice gods.
Thank God for the dice gods. He saved us.
Dice god said no.
Dice god said, "Party can't handle this. Not today."
Might not be able to handle the other one.
I don't want to think about it. As a message, and I was like, so yeah, Ren just got wild magic. He's now a rogue / warlock with an archfey pact and wild magic. Oh my fucking god, what have we done?
Alright.
I'm waiting for the response to that.
So she's still looking at your group. So back to your ship then. Well, give my best to your captain. And she snaps her finger, the door opens back out the way you came, and it's exactly where you entered in.
Farewell.
Take care of yourselves now. And you can always ask your warlock friend here, and she gestures at Ren, to bring you back here anytime.
Okay. I was actually just about to ask if I needed to take off the traveler coin. In that case, though, it will stay.
Well, it's actually, you don't need it anymore, is what she's saying.
Ah.
And it already got dissolved by turning into the door.
Okay, so go ahead and take it off. Got it. Okay. Well, but of course, we could always at least, drop in whenever we want to drink. He smiles.
And she ushers you back to the same evening that you left.
Quick question, just preemptive question. If we're all fighting on the ship and I turn into a fire elemental, will it catch the ship on fire?
Oh, yes, of course it will.
Okay. I figured it might, but I wasn't sure, so I figured out.
Alright, so I think we are about done for this session, guys.
I would say so, because I am about to pass out.
Yeah. And just so you know, if you had taken that taken that deal, that ignored the coin advice, and gone off to try to take that deal, get a deal with the one dude, he would have realized you were the people that were supposed to save his friend's life and failed, and he would not have been happy about that at all. So
Run didn't know anything about the deal until.
yeah, and I'm like thinking to myself, oh crap, this is bad. So
He's supposed to save his friend.
Yep, and she's dead. So that failed.
Was this before I entered the party?
That was the first episode. So yeah, that was before.
Oh wow. Okay, that was even before Satanta even came into the picture.
Yep.
So, as a party, the old party kind of failed pretty early on.
Yeah.
That part, at least.
Arya was the only one that was left behind of that.
Well, thank you for actually letting us know that. That could have been ugly.
Yeah, well,
Is she dead, or is she?
She's dead.
Oh, she's dead.
Yeah. She only had so long, and unfortunately, when you guys were stuck in the Feywild for a bit, too much time went by.
Oof. Oh, that's who you were talking about. It's been dead the whole time.
Yeah. Anyway,